Hello guys, hope you are doing well. So today we are making sardine bread, and without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So to my bowl, I'll be adding sifted flour, and the next thing to add is my yeast. Okay, then also I'll be adding nutmeg, milk flavor, and sugar. Then you want to go ahead to stir that to combine very well. Okay, I'll be using my whisk to achieve that. So when that is nicely mixed, I'm going to introduce my egg and evaporated milk. And the next thing to add is water. Okay, and I'll be adding 1 cup of water here, but I decided not to add everything at once because it's not a flour that can take too much water, and that's why I reserved a little quantity you just saw. And after mixing it for a while, I noticed that it can take more, as in take all the 1 cup. So I added the remaining part and mix it very well, then transfer that to my chopping board as a work surface, and I floured it before adding the dough. Okay, then the next thing is to add butter. This is salted butter, and I'm going to use that to knead it very well. Then after a few minutes of kneading, I noticed that my chopping board is not convenient for me to it's no longer convenient for me to knead it on that surface, so that's why I transfer that to the work surface. And yeah, it's clean. Then after kneading for a few minutes, like several minutes actually, till the dough looks very smooth, then I'm going to transfer that into the same bowl, cover it properly, and take that to a warm place to reason for about an hour or so. Then while that is aside, I'm going to prep my oven base, which is my pot. I'm using Titus can as something to lift the pan, okay, so that it does not burn, if that makes sense. And this is me just doing the setting for you guys to see. And why I'm also using foil paper to cover the pot is because my lid is glass and I don't want it to shatter when the pot becomes very hot, and that's why you always see me add foil paper to my pot. Okay, but if you are using the regular pot, you don't need foil paper, if that makes sense. So now, on that aside, I'm going to also prep my sardine, shred it and set aside as well for later use. And this is me checking on my dough after an hour plus, and this is what it's looking like. And I'm going to take out the air bubbles from the dough and also transfer it again to a work surface and knead, for several minutes or so. I would advise you have the power, just knead that, for as long as you can. And after some while, I am dividing the dough right now into two. But the reason why I'm dividing the dough into two is because one is going to be sandy bread, while the other one is going to be regular, because there's two people that make it, that is taking this bread, and one likes sardine bread while the other does not. So that's why we're dividing the dough at this point. So this is me filling the, rolling it flat and filling in the sardine, then roll it properly so that you can seal it in, and we are almost done. Okay, so I'm going to seal that properly just to secure it very well. Then next I'm going to add it, transfer into my bread pan, which is nicely grilled and floured, but you can decide to skip the flouring part anyway. Just grease it with oil and you are good to go. Then this is the second one, which is normal Agege bread, and I'm using foil paper pan here. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to transfer that again, back to um a one place to rise for about 30 minutes or so. Then after that, then I'll take it to my oven, or to my pot based oven, and ensure that you preheat your pot for about 5 minutes before adding your bread. Okay, and this is me transferring the smaller one to the second one so that all can bake all at once. And the small one came out first, and which took about 20 minutes, okay, to bake. And this is what it's looking like, and I'm going to brush that with some butter just to get that shiny surface. And the sardine bread also is ready. This took about 30 minutes, and it kind of burnt by the side, but anyways, it still looks good. It still tasted very nice. And I've started tasting before I realized that I've not even cut to show you guys how the inside looks like. And this is how it's looking like, guys. I hope you are going to give this a try, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.